She called it off a week before the wedding. It's not you. I just need space. Then I found her TikTok. Faking a wedding to make your ex jealous. I sent the clip to her mom. Now she's blocked by her whole family. My name's Zach. I'm 29, live just outside of Austin, and until last week, I thought I was getting married. Not just someday married. I mean venue booked, tux fitted, wedding playlist already submitted to the DJ kind of married. Callie and I had been engaged for a little over a year. We dated for 3. She was the type of woman people stared at in public, not because she was loud, but because she carried herself like she didn't know the world anything. Confident, a little chaotic, and obsessed with documenting her life on TikTok. And me? I was the chill guy who loved her energy and stayed out of the spotlight. I thought we balanced each other out. I thought we were a team. So when she asked to meet at our favorite little coffee shop just 6 days before our wedding, I figured it was about final guest count or whether to include her cousin's allergy-safe cake. Instead, she stirred her iced lavender latte for too long and said, "Zach, I've been thinking, and I just need some space. From everything. From us." I just stared at her. No raised voices. No fight. No apology. She wouldn't even look me in the eyes. Said it was nobody's fault and that she needed time to find herself again. We had a custom neon sign with our initials sitting in my apartment. A photographer who'd already taken our engagement shoot. Wedding favors printed with the words Z plus C forever. I asked if she was cheating. Not because I believed it, but because I didn't know what else to say. She looked shocked. Hurt, even. She said, "No, of course not. I just can't do this right now. I'm sorry, truly." Then she hugged me and left. I sat at that table for 40 minutes after she walked out. I don't even remember paying. I remember a barista asking if I was okay. I remember a woman behind me whispering, "He looks like he just got dumped." I didn't correct her. The next few days were a blur of awkward phone calls, refund attempts, and blank stares. Callie texted me once the day after to say she'd be moving her things out on Friday, and that she hoped I could forgive her one day. I didn't respond. People kept calling it the breakup, but it didn't feel like a breakup. There was no anger, no storm, just silence and confusion. Like walking into a room where someone had been murdered, but all the blood was gone and everything was perfectly clean. That kind of wrong. I tried to distract myself, deleted our photos, cleaned the apartment, replayed the last few weeks, looking for signs I'd missed. That's when the For You page did what friends wouldn't. I was lying in bed at 2:12 a.m., scrolling mindlessly. I paused on a video with that telltale wedding sound trending last week, some overused Lana Del Rey audio and slow-mo clips of a bride in white, spinning on a dance floor. Except, the bride's face never fully showed. Just her hands. Her tattoo. The same little infinity symbol Callie had on her right wrist. I sat up. The next clip showed her bouquet. Then a guy spinning her into a dip. Blonde. Not me. And the caption? POV. You fake a wedding to make your ex jealous. I must have watched that TikTok 15 times in a row. At first, I thought maybe, just maybe, it was old footage. Something from a bridal shoot. Something we had done that she reposted and re-edit. But the guy in the video? He wasn't blurred out. He didn't look confused to be there. He kissed her cheek, spun her in time with the music, and mouthed the word mine. The comments were worse than the video. OMG, iconic behavior. He's punching me air, RN. Tell me you won without telling me you won. And then there was this one. Wait, is that Josh from your old vids? I didn't recognize the name at first, but the more I dug through her older posts, the more I saw him. Josh, college ex, the guy she used to call a walking red flag with dimples. Apparently, dimples win. I clicked his tag. Sure enough, he'd posted clips too. From the wedding. Same venue. Same music. Same damn champagne tower Callie and I had planned. He even captioned one with, "The best kind of second chance ring." It hit me like a gut punch. This wasn't just her idea. They planned it together. She didn't need space. She needed a stage. A story. Something viral. Our real wedding was canceled. But the fake one? It had drone footage, full choreography, and a multi-post content arc. She repurposed our day for their narrative. I called my best friend Matt the next morning and just said, "You've got to see this." He didn't believe it until he watched it himself. Then he asked, "Did you know she was still talking to him?" No, I didn't. I thought she hated that guy. I thought the story was over. But somewhere between our engagement and the canceled seating chart, she'd started texting him again. Meeting him, probably. Maybe even before the proposal. And no, I don't have proof of exactly when it started. But her TikTok timeline paints a pretty clear picture. In one post from 5 months ago, she laughs while on a mystery date, with the camera facing away. That laugh. It was the same one she used to have with me when we first started dating. It was real then. Now it just made me sick. She'd turned her betrayal into a branded experience. Hashtags, filters, sponsored posts. Everything was just part of the content. I wasn't even mad yet. I was too stunned. It felt like I'd never existed. But someone else had noticed the video. Someone who definitely wasn't laughing. And I hadn't even messaged her yet. Not her. Her mom. I didn't think it through. I just copied the TikTok link and sent it to her mom. No message attached. Just the video. At the time, it wasn't about revenge. I didn't feel clever or satisfied. I just couldn't carry it anymore. Her mom, Dana, had always been kind to me. She treated me like family, even before Callie and I got engaged. We'd spent holidays together. She'd given me a key to their place during a storm once, said she trusted me more than her own daughter's boyfriend at the time. She was proud when we got engaged. She even helped Callie pick her dress. After the breakup, Dana had left me a voicemail. Her voice was soft. She said, "I don't know what happened, Zach, but we're thinking about you. If you need anything." I didn't call back, but I guess this was my answer. The link was delivered at 11:43 a.m. I stared at my phone afterward. I wondered if I'd just blown everything up for no reason. Maybe she already knew. Maybe I should have just deleted the video and moved on quietly. At 12:19 p.m., Dana called me. She didn't say hello. She just asked, "Zach, is this real?" I said yes. I could hear her breathing shift. She was holding it together, but barely. "She told us you ended it," she said. "Said you were having doubts. That she was heartbroken." I couldn't even respond to that. I wanted to laugh, but the kind that doesn't feel good. The kind that comes out when something finally clicks in the worst possible way. Dana kept talking. She told me some of the extended family had already arrived for the wedding. People from out of state. Friends they hadn't seen in years. They all thought it had been canceled because I couldn't handle commitment. Her voice broke when she said, "Your name is still on the registry." I just said, "I'm sorry." Even though I had nothing to be sorry for. She told me she was going to talk to Callie. That she didn't know what to say to the rest of the family. Then she hung up. That's when the ripple started. At first, it was in the TikTok comments. The tone shifted quickly. Someone asked if it was real. Someone else said the guy in the video looked uncomfortable. A third said, "You really used a real wedding setup for this?" Then someone mentioned me by name. Then her cousin weighed in. Her comment just said, "You owe people more than this." That one had hundreds of likes by the time I saw it. Callie turned off comments on all the wedding videos. But that didn't stop people from sharing screenshots. It was too late to contain it. I checked Facebook. Dana had posted something vague, but pointed. Imagine planning a wedding only to find out it was all for show. The replies were confused. People were starting to ask questions. One of her old co-workers said, "Wait, what's going on?" Someone else replied, "Is this about Callie?" Then I got a message from someone I hadn't expected. Her younger sister. 17. Never talked much, but always seemed grounded. She wrote, "I'm so sorry she did this. None of us knew. We all feel sick about it." I didn't answer. I didn't need to. She said everything I needed to hear. That's when I realized this wasn't just a betrayal between two people. She'd lied to everyone. Her family. My family. All of our friends. She didn't just fake a wedding. She faked a story and let everyone else live in it, whether they wanted to or not. By that evening, the story had started moving on its own. I didn't push it. I didn't make a call-out post or upload anything myself. But when someone with 300,000 followers stitches your viral TikTok and starts asking questions like, "Did this girl really fake a wedding to go viral?" The rest takes care of itself. People started digging. It turns out, when your face is on TikTok and your name has ever been in a tagged post, the breadcrumbs aren't hard to follow. Someone found our engagement photos. They were still up on the photographer's page. The same venue, the same dress, the same initials carved into the tree behind us. Someone else found our old wedding website. Callie had forgotten to deactivate it. Suddenly, strangers on the internet were comparing her fake wedding clips to our real photos. People were noticing details. One commenter said, "That's the same flower arch." She didn't fake a wedding, she recycled one. She started losing followers. Slowly at first, then by the hundreds. Her newest video, an unrelated skincare promo, had comments disabled from the start. People were tagging the brand. Some even said she'd used the partnership money to fund the wedding shoot. I doubt that's true, but once a lie breaks the surface, people start reaching for whatever they can find underneath. Then came the family posts. Her aunt wrote a full Facebook post, calling the whole thing selfish and humiliating. She didn't tag Callie, but the subtext wasn't subtle. Her uncle commented something about how this generation treats real people like props. Then, the one that hit hardest, her grandmother posted a side-by-side screenshot. One from our actual engagement party, where Callie's holding my hand and smiling toward the camera. The other from her viral wedding TikTok, with her ex holding her waist. Her caption, "We raised her better." That post had 900 shares in a few hours. And just like that, her brand flipped. The cool, edgy content girl became the manipulative one. The attention-hungry one. The The girl who used someone's real heartache for likes. Meanwhile, my phone stayed quiet. She hadn't called. Not once. But I knew she'd seen what was happening. One of her closest friends unfollowed her and reposted one of the stitched videos with a question. Was any of it real? That's what stuck with me. That sentence. Because I'd been asking myself the same thing for a week. I started wondering how early she planned it. Was it after she reconnected with Josh? Was it when we were picking table linens, and I thought we were building something permanent? I remembered one night, maybe a month before the wedding, when she asked if I thought love and performance were the same thing. I laughed at the time and said, "No, why?" She shrugged. "Just something I've been thinking about." Now I understand. She wasn't just thinking. She was rehearsing. By the end of that week, Callie had vanished from every platform. Her TikTok was gone. Deactivated. Not renamed. Not made private. Just wiped. Her Instagram was still up, but every wedding-related post had been deleted. So had the comments. The followers didn't come back. The brands she'd worked with, small wellness and lifestyle labels, mostly, started backing away. One quietly removed her promo from their page. Another put out a one-line post that said, "We are not affiliated with recent online content involving wedding misrepresentation." Even Josh, the ex she'd built the fantasy around, posted something strange. A story with black text on a white screen. Sometimes people drag you into things you didn't agree to. Sometimes the person you trusted the most makes you the villain in their play. The comments under that post exploded. People debated whether he'd known, whether he was a willing co-star or just another pawn. I didn't care. The damage was done. And then came the part one didn't expect. She tried to message me. The text came in at 2:08 a.m. "Zach, I know I don't deserve it, but can we please talk?" I didn't respond. She sent a second message a few minutes later. "I messed up. I know I hurt you. I know I ruined everything. But it wasn't supposed to happen like this." That one made me pause. What was it supposed to be then? A quiet little video? A viral success that left me as a nameless ex and her as a rising creator? Was I meant to just disappear in the background so she could tell a story that wasn't hers to tell? She texted again the next morning. "My family won't talk to me. My mom blocked me. I just need someone to explain to them what actually happened. They think I lied about everything." She didn't say she was sorry for what she did. She was sorry they saw it. That was all I needed to know. I never answered her. I didn't block her, either. Let the message sit. Let her see it unread every time she opened our thread. It was the only control I had left, and I wasn't giving it up. Matt, my best friend, came over that night with beer and a bag of frozen wings. He didn't say much. Just sat with me, watched the game, and let the silence breathe. At one point, he said, "You know, I think she thought the internet would love her for it." I nodded. "She built a whole fake story," I said. "And now she's stuck inside it." He raised his can. "To being real." We clinked. Didn't smile. But for the first time since the breakup, I felt like I wasn't sitting in the wreckage. I was standing just outside it, watching the dust settle. I still took the honeymoon trip. Not out of pettiness. Not to prove anything. I'd already paid for it. It was non-refundable, and the thought of sitting in my apartment for another week, surrounded by boxes of canceled wedding favors, felt unbearable. So I packed my bag, got on the flight, and flew to Croatia alone. The hotel gave me a funny look when I checked in. The reservation still had Mr. and Mrs. on it. I didn't explain, just nodded, took the key, and let the doors close behind me. For a while, I didn't do much. I slept. I ate slowly. I read books I'd never touched. I walked the coastline in the early mornings when no one else was around. I didn't cry, not because I was numb, because there was nothing left to drain. I'd spent weeks trying to understand how someone could look you in the eyes and plan something that cruel. I wanted it to make sense, and it never would. But something changed around day 4. I started seeing it for what it really was. Not a betrayal, not even a breakup. It was a reroute, one that I didn't ask for, but desperately needed. When I was with Callie, I got used to playing the background. She loved the spotlight, and I let her have it. I convinced myself that love meant giving someone space to shine, even if it meant I disappeared in the process. But love isn't disappearing for someone. It's being seen with them. And for the first time in months, I felt like I was visible again, even if just to myself. On my last night, I sat on the hotel balcony with a glass of wine and watched the water glow under the moonlight. The air was still, the kind of still that only exists after storms. I opened my phone. Her last message was still sitting there, unanswered. I tapped it, thought about typing something. Then I locked the screen and put the phone face down on the table. She didn't get closure. Neither did I. But I got clarity. I got my time back. I got to walk away before the lies got any bigger, before I gave up more pieces of myself to someone who saw me as a placeholder in her storyline. She made a fake wedding to impress an ex. I lived a real engagement that turned out to be a lesson. Funny thing about performances, eventually the lights go out. And when they do, All that's left is the truth. And that's the story. If you're still here, that means you're one of us. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button. I drop new chaos every single day, and trust me, tomorrow's story, it's even worse than this one.